Many students wonder when they come to university what life is going to be like. Okay, they're going to work hard, they're going to play hard, but what's every day going to be like? At St Anne's, we're proud of the fact that any student who comes here knows that they can, if they want, have a room here for all 3 years. Also, we're rather proud of the fact that we've got the best food in the university. And so we believe that if students are comfortable, if students are eating well, they'll work well.
So yeah, the work at university is obviously very different to what you do at school, because you don't go into the classroom and get taught what you need to know. You go to lectures and you have to actually sit down yourself and learn it.
One of the best things about being at Oxford is having the opportunity to do self-directed study. And so it's up to you when you do your work, and really to some extent how much you do.
As an art student, I don't have a lot of timetabled things a week. I have around 3 to 4 one-hour tutorials a week, and then 2 or 3 lectures, again about an hour, down at my faculty library. So that leaves me a lot of time to organise myself.
Okay, well in terms of science subjects, there's obviously a lot more lectures than the humanities side of things. So you spend the morning going to lectures, come back sort of 12 or 1ish for lunch. Often you'd have a lab in the afternoon, 2 till 5, which sounds like quite a full day, but you managed to do it absolutely fine.
Of course, it's always a struggle to try and fit in lectures and tutorials and any other commitments I've had, but everyone, I think, finds their own rhythm, their own style of studying and living here in Oxford.
Teaching at Oxford varies, obviously depending on your course. We all have lectures, and lectures are taken with everyone that's on your course, no matter what college they're at. That's usually in a big lecture hall with one person standing at the front and speaking for an hour. There are seminars as well, which are usually groups of around 5 to 10 people, and that's with a tutor, and that's a slightly more informal version of a lecture where they'll give some sort of talk or presentation and then you'll discuss it with them. And then obviously there's a tutorial system, which for the majority of courses is 1 to 2 people with a tutor in a room, and it's a much more intensive working environment.
The way the tutorial system works, you sit there for an hour every week with an expert in your subject, and they give you feedback on your writing.
The idea of the tutorial is to encourage very close learning contact between the tutor in the college and the given student. Quite often students will bring with them work that they've done independently over the course of a week, and this is quite an important thing because the students receive clearly very, very specialised advice on the work that they've set in, and also the fellow student or the other members of the tutorial group can comment upon that work and offer their opinions and their advice. So one of the other principles that it works upon is debating material that students have written, and for them to learn how to defend and to reason through their arguments clearly and with a great deal of concision in front of other people.
One of the biggest advantages of being at St Anne's is the college library, which doesn't sound all that exciting, but because it's a working library, it has lots of books that you need for your course.
It's also quite good because it's got a range of working environments. Like downstairs, it's sort of dead silent. If you want to go and work really hard, you can go up there. And then you've also got little rooms upstairs that you can go in with your friends and just sort of work together if you're trying to do a cheat sheet together or whatever.
For my course, if there's a book that I need, the chances are St Anne's Library will have it. And it's like impossible to overestimate how important that is, especially if you're doing an essay 2 o'clock in the morning and you realise you need a book and you go across to the library and it's there when you need it.
Yeah, financial help from the university and the college are both really, really good. I wasn't actually aware of the Oxford Opportunity Bursary until I got my offer, and then a letter arrived in the post saying you've been awarded around about £2,000 for your first year, which is obviously great, and come with your bank details so we can give you the money, which was fantastic. And it's based on your household income, but it's really quite generous, and I don't really have to worry about money now, whereas I would do if I didn't have that bursary, and you don't have to worry about paying it back eventually. Equally, things like college-based, like travel grants, accommodation grants.
I went to Bolivia to do an internship in the Ministry of Hydrocarbons and Energy, and I worked for the Minister translating this book on national policy in hydrocarbons. Of course, the trip to Bolivia is very expensive, and it was made possible through the college's travel grants.
Even if it's not related to your study, you can apply for a travel grant. Like last summer I went to the States did a little bit of work in a summer camp, and then I went travelling with friends from there. And I just said to college, look, it's not really related to my subject, but I want to go travel, broaden the mind and all that. And they gave me £150.
I think, yeah, in terms of welfare, St Anne's is probably one of the better colleges. And I think it's kind of renowned for having a massive support team. Everywhere you go, there are posters up saying, you've got all different levels. You start with the peer supporters, who are just students like yourself that you may know. You can go along to them. You have welfare reps, and then obviously going up through the college, you get people at higher levels that can help as well. And they really emphasise in Freshers' Week and basically throughout the year that if you've got a problem, there's a massive range of people that you can go to.
There's always a friendly face, so if you've ever got a problem, you can talk to any of the welfare reps, or we have a college parent system whereby the freshers are assigned parents who just kind of generally look out for their kids, which is always really nice. And I remember when I first arrived, it was quite daunting, but I had my fresher parent to point me in the right direction, so that's really reassuring. Yeah, it's a very friendly place and you'll feel really at home here.